Hello, and welcome to Paranormal World Investigators Research Division, shortened PWIRD. I am a practicing white witch and shaman, and I have been investigating for over 20 years. This channel is made to talk about all things paranormal, supernatural, of the occult, demonic information, UFOs, and much more of the strange and the unknown. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to see more of this channel. And we will see you very soon. Thank you.
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting out.
Hello guys, and welcome to our show. I hope that you're all well. Lots of love, light and blessings to you, and welcome to PWIRD, our stream on Sunday. So this is our educational and topic show. I hope that you're all well. So today's topic is talking about jinns. Now, to everybody in here, jinns to me are a little bit of a new thing. They're not something that I know very much about. So I've been doing some research and some studying, and I'm going to talk to you about them. The bits that I do know is I know that they are genies. They can be of good and bad energy. They are an energy that is related and part of the Islamic faith. If they're good genies, good jinns, they will do good upon you. If they're bad, they can do the opposite. Obviously, like any other spirit, they can possess you. They can be very difficult to get out of your home. You would normally need a Mawai, which is a Islamic priest, to get rid of them, but you can go along the lines of shamans and people as well. I'm a little bit nervous about doing this one because obviously, like I said, I don't really know very much about them, but they are very, very well-known spirits to the Islamics. They are very much respected and also feared by them, and they can go into other places, people's homes. They are an energy that would normally like follow you around. They would feed from your negative energies, or they'll feed from your good energy, depending on what sort of jinn they are. So what I'm going to do is talk to you about the bit of information I got. I was supposed to have somebody else up here with me, but I'm not able to get hold of them, so I don't know if they're not well or if something's happened or something, but I'm not very well, sweetheart, so I'm kind of just going with the flow. I am shaking a little bit because I'm not feeling very good at all, but I'm still going to do the show and I'm still going to go along with it because that's just who I am. Like literally, like I don't know. I think it's nerves as well. I've got like a bit of anxiety for some reason. I don't know why. It's really weird. So let's start off with you guys talking to you about the facts about jinns. What is the purpose of jinns? Jinns' delight is punishing humans for any harm of them done to them, intentionally or unintentionally, and are said to be responsible for many diseases and all kinds of accidents. However, those human beings knowing the proper magical procedure can exploit the jinn to their advantage. Some people can actually manipulate them and get them to do things for them, mainly the Islamics. What are jinns scared of? Additionally, the fear is iron. Generally appear is the salt of abandoned places and are stronger and faster than humans. Since the jinn shares the earth with humans, Muslims are often cautious not to accidentally hurt an innocent jinn by uttering disjure permissions before sprinkling hot water. What are the types of jinns? Jinns in Islamic mythology and theology came from many forms, some which are mentioned in Hadith and other mentioned in the Quran. Jan, a type of jinn. Ifrit, a powerful type of jinn who transported the throne of Bellicus. Quarren, a spirit double of human mentioned in Quran. What are the different types of jinns? 10 types of jinns. You've got the hin, you've got the ghoul, you've got the jan, you've got the married, irit, shing, nashin, and the palist. Where did genies come from? Genies or jinns or dinjins are supposed to be magical beings or creatures with free will. They were originally found in ancient myths and legends of the Middle East, especially Arabia. When was Shura jinn revealed? Abdullah Yusuf Ali says that it is totally certain that all jinns was revealed around the 2 BH, when Muhammad was evangelizing the near present day Taif. Melina Muhammad Ali agrees with the date of around 2 BH, saying that this surah was revealed at a time when oppositions to the prophet message was reaching a climax. Can jinns move objects? Jinns are said to inhabit caves, deserted places, graveyards, and darkness. According to the Skira, they marry, produce children, eat, drink, and die, but unlike human beings, have the power to take on different shapes and are capable of moving heavy objects almost instantly from one place to another. Which Shurin is good for protection? Shurin at Tobia 51. Never will we be struck except by what Allah has described for us. He is our protector, and upon Allah let the believers rely. Who is the father of jinns? Jan, the medieval Sunni mystic Ibn Arabi, famous for his teachings of unity of existence, describes Jan, the father of jinn, as the origin of animal power. According to God's created Jan as the interior of human beings, the animal soul hidden from the senses. What language does jinn speak? Pashto, native to Afghanistan and Pakistan. Ethnicity: Pashtuns, native speakers 40 to 60 miles. Language family: Indo-Europe, Indo-Iranian, Iran, Estate, Iran, Pashto. What powers do genies have? Powers of limitants. Genies can wield phenomenal powers such as shape-shifting, manipulation of weather, and in some cases, bending reality or certain levels. But even that power may have its limits. Some tales of genies make mentions of certain rules that genies must follow and are incapable of breaking. I will show you some pictures of that at the end as well. So that was the first bit. That was the first bit of information that I got, you guys. Sorry, like, literally, I'm all over the place today. It's not good. So that one goes down. We bring the next one up. Hello, everybody. How are you? So what do you think so far, guys? Obviously, some of the words, because I am not Arabic or anything like that, some of the words are really hard to say, but I will be putting these into my group on Facebook so that you can read this up and learn a little bit more about them. So they are spiritual beings that are known from like Pakistan, Arabia, and them sort of places. There are different sorts of jinns, just like our normal spirits. There are sex jinns, there are jinns that are good, there are jinns that are bad. They are said to, as it said here, manipulate weather, manipulate thoughts in humans. They're very much part of the earth community as humans are. They live, they die, they feed, they drink, they do what we do, but they can shapeshift and they are much more powerful than us. And obviously they're more of a spirit form, but they're not like your average known spirit. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling really anxious. I feel like I'm having an anxiety attack. Just give me a couple of minutes, guys. Okay, let's carry on. So as you see that picture, that is one of the pictures of them. This is what they look like, some of them. So this is obviously a negative looking jinn. He's got fire in his eyes and in his mouth. They come in different forms. They come in different shapes. They can do different things. Thank you, sis. I think I need that at the minute. Aura's trying her best to calm me down, but I've not been feeling very good for a couple of days. To be honest, I don't know if I should have really come on, but I didn't want to be letting you guys down. And this is my usual show, and I just want to keep going. Okay, so dedication, I guess. So the next bit. What are jinns? The Arab spirit who can eat, sleep, have sex, and die. From Disney, Aladdin to the subject of exorcisms, jinn spirits have influenced culture and religion for centuries in our realm and our tears. Arab poet Kahaki Asia of the Umayyad period of 661 and 750, known for despiting his romantic obsession with a married woman, once described how he became a poet. One day, a man of horseback came towards me until he was next to me. I looked at him. He was bizarre, a man made out of brass. He said to me, "Recite some poetry." Then he recited poetry to me. I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I am your double from the Jinn." That is how I started reciting poetry. Jinns, often Al-Jinn or Did Genies, are shapeshifters, spirits made of fire and air, with origins of pre-Islamic Arabia. They are the inspiration of Aladdin's genie and have held space in Arab culture for almost as long as Arab cultures itself, and yet having transcended both religions and the physical world, so little is understood about the spirit. People in the West currently are more interested to learn about the judging, the veil, the status of woman in Islamic, and the various fundamentalist movements. Writes Amria Elzin in her book Islamic, Arab, and the Intelligent World of the Jinns. They assume the jinns is a topic better left to Disney and popular culture, or at best to anthropologists. But jinns who better are part of Islamic but not worshipped in it, with their free will and obscurity, have too much to teach us about the culture. A people and their multiple religions to be forgotten. Paris Lalith, a chill demon cast from Eden for refusing missionary position. Neither inherently good nor bad, jinns are amorphous entities able to take the shape of humans and animals alike. Their role in society, too, has been malleable. Jinn have served as a source of inspiration for both the most estimated classical Arab poets in the first millennium and Disney in 1992. Jinn's Acre Genie is the singular of Jinn. Both before and after Islamic introduction, which included mentions of jinn in the Quran, jinns have remained an explanatory entity. The orthodox scholars say you can't understand jinns. Arabic lectures, researchers, Sunlia Mablai tells broadly still, despite their mysterious nature, there are some things historians, Islamic scholars, and believers of jinn have come to discern about the spirit. According to Elzin, pagan Arab big believers in the occult worshipped jinns long before Islamic was introduced to the 7th century, believing that the spirit were masters of certain crafts and elements of nature who had the power to turn plots to land fertile. Jinns are believed to both interact with humans in our reality and lead their own lives in a separate realm. As spiritual entities, the jinns are considered dual dimensional, with the ability to live and operate in both manifest and invisible domains. Elzin writes, the jinns are considered dual dimensional, with the ability to live and operate in both worlds, manifesting the invisible domains. Jinn's influences have been whispered both religiously and culturally in pre- and post-Islamic Arabia. They can talk or otherwise communicate with people through some, like poets, are most likely than others to be hit up by a genie. Ancient Arab, known for their affinity for poetry, even contained the terms shari, meaning an Arab lecture poet who was supernaturally inspired by jinn. to designate poets like Qurra Azza. Poets in pre-Islamic Arabia often said they have a special genie that was their companion, says Mabi. Sometimes they won't attribute their verses to the jinn. Sometimes they would attribute their verses to the jinn. In the early 7th century, when the Islamic poets Muhammad Sawz began spreading the word of the Quran, he shed multiple surahs or verses that mentioned jinns, including one named entity after the spirit believed in jinns have been a part of the world's second largest religion ever since Elzen Ori's, that one can't be Muslim if he or she don't have a faith in jinns existence, because they are mentioned in the Quran and in the Prophet tradition. And while, of course, not all who identify as Muslim subscribe to every word of the Quran, literally, if Zin is right, it means that around 1.6 billion people in the world believe in jinns. Amin Ali conquers Jinn unknown artist from the book Ajam, Al-Koba, 1568, Creative Commons. Jinns are considered part of Al-Gabid, or the unseen, an invisible entity with abstract definitions. Belief in them manifest directly between communities and individuals. For instance, while some Islamic scholars agree that jinns are capable of possession, others do not. Still, in both the past and the present, stories of those possessed by jinns are not hard to find. Exorcisms, which can involve reacting the Quran over a person or more rarely physically beating the jinn out of them, are performed in such circles on those thought to be possessed by jinn, despite being condemned by mainstream Muslim people who partake in the later believe that the pain is not felt by the person who the jinn occupies, but the jinn themselves. And while reading the Quran is an popular exorcism method, jinn links to possession predate Islamic. The Arabs of pre-Islamic invented a whole set of exorcism procedures to protect themselves from the evil actions of the jinn on their bodies and minds, such as the use of beads, incense, bones, salt, and charms written in Arab, Hebrew, and Syriac, or the hanging around their neck of a dead animal, teeth, such as a fox or a cat, to frighten the jinn and keep them away. Right, LZ. In Arabic, the word majin, meaning possessed, mad, or insane, literally means to be possessed by a jinn. Hello, guys. It's good to see you all in here. Despite the stories of possession, jinns are remarkably in their propensity towards neither good or evil. In Christianity, demons and evil spirits appear as entities carrying out Satan's maleficent wishes, but naturally spirits like the jinn have no place. Elzins believes that jinns have been robbed of their solitary devotion they deserve, in part because they complicate the narrative or the monotheism what it means to believe in the existence of intellect in spiritual entities without necessarily demonising them. Jinns different than both angels and the devil. Oscillate between good and evil, making them all the more relatable. They can fuck up, they can be pews, they can help us or they can hurt us, as shown in folk tales from 1001 Nights, commonly known in English as Arabian Nights. In one of these tales, the fisherman and the jinn, the inspiration of Disney's Aladdin. A fisherman pulls a boat out of the sea. When he opens it, a jinn appears, angry to have been trapped in the bottle for centuries. The genie tells the fisherman their plans to kill him, but after the two exchange stories, the jinn changes their mind, instead bestowing the fisherman a life of good fortune. Fluid in form and interpretations. Jinns not only possess and converse with us, but they can also fall in love or in bed with humans. Pre-Islamic poets Tabab Tasharam once wrote about sleeping with a Jannah, feminine form of Jinn, in a poem called How I Met the Jewel. I lay upon her through the night, that in the morning I might see what had come to me. Behold, two eyes in the hideous head, like the head of a cat, split-tongued. Legs like a deformed feature, the back of a dog, clothes of the hair cloth or worn out skin. According to Elzin, the ability or desire to have sex isn't all jinns have in common with humans like us. Jinns eat, drink, sleep, procreate, and die, she says. Though their mortal lives can extend for thousands of years, and yet while we can relate to the spirit on many levels, the consciousness reminds that we cannot fully comprehend jinns, though we can try. Thank you, sis. Seriously, like, it's Arab as well. It's like Arabic. So some of the words I'm just like how do you say that? Like, I did, like, literally, I just got the basics because I thought somebody else was coming on as well. So I've only got so much. So I may need to look and bring a little bit more up, but I will show you some pictures of them. Maybe you guys could come up. I don't know if Pups or anyone's around. I know that Pups has had run-ins with jinns and stuff like that. So, hello, Mr. Jingerman, Drew, Eric, Citizen Z, TV. Let me just see who's in the room. Hatchie, hello. Hello, Lou. Eric, hello. Tabitha, hello. Hello, Michelle. MCAT, hello. I don't know if I already said you. I'm so sorry if I did, but hello, Cherry darling. How are you? I know I didn't say you. Right, so that's everyone so far. Just let me share this out as well. I forgot to share it out. I should have done that first, really. It's really, really difficult to read when it's like another language. It's really, really strange. Yeah, there is. They're meant to do a lot of possession. They're meant to like. There's meant to be good and bad. And when they say that, like in one bit that I got, it explains how you can tell if you've got a jinn in your house, the signs that they're around, the sort of things that they do. That's what this next paragraph bit that I'm going to read to you is about. That's a little bit longer. I just, if obviously I'm here on my own, if I had the other person here, it would go on longer, but this is going to be not a very long stream by the looks of it. Maybe we could just talk after and, look up that, like I said, look at the pictures of the jinns so that you guys can get a picture of the different looks of them, because some of them do look like really nasty looking spirits, negative, evil, and then some of them look more human. So there's a mixture of them, to be quite honest. And they're most definitely something that's very interesting, I must say. They are very, very interesting, but I don't think I'd want to come to face with one. Yes, there are succubus demons. They are sex jinns. Yep, that's what I said at the beginning. Some of them take the traits of other known negative energies to us. So obviously, there are sex demons. These sex demons, there are sex jinns. These jinns, accordingly, actually work and go with human beings quite a lot. And even though they are known to be to not to live forever, they do die, but they go to their realm and stuff. It's mad. They live a lot more longer than what we do. So, myths and legends. Many individual stories about jinns are found in the Quran and the Sunnah. The abilities of genies. In general, it is said that the jinn were spirits of fire and sometimes wind, and can take on any form they choose, animals or human, and can be of any size. It is said that some of their powers are the ability of manifestation and transformation. They have a human-like form and can take the shape of animal, but only temporary, unless it is as their tribe's animal protector. For the ancient Cemeteries, jinns were spirits of vanished ancient peoples who acted during the night and disappeared with the first light of dawn. They could make themselves invisible or change shape into animals and at will. These spirits were commonly believed to be responsible for disease and for the madness of some lunatics. The behavior. They can be both good and evil creatures. The evil ones are said to lead humans astray. Most of them are hostile, or at least not all that are friendly to human. Although some can be friendly and helpful, it is possible for magicians or wise men and women to gain power over a jinn and use it to perform amazing and magical tasks. Be wary, for even a friendly jinn is unpredictable, and certainly anyone who breaks an agreement with a jinn will strongly regret it. Often jinns take naughty pleasures in punishing people for wronging them, even unintentionally. 3 wishes. In popular Western culture, genies are often seen as being concluded with old lamps, which, when robbed, a genie appears out of them. The reason given is that they have been trapped inside the lamp by an evil sorcerer. Traditionally, it is said that the great and the wise King Solomon shut misbehaving jinns in lead-stopped bottles and threw them into the sea. This description comes from the Western translation of the Book of 1001 Nights. When someone rubbed the lamp 3 times, the jinn inside will appear and obey the one who set it free by granting 3 wishes. However, in the original law, jinns are not found in brass lamps and do not grant wishes. Types of jinns. There are 3 different types of jinns. There are the fiery jinns, often confused with ifrits. There are flare jinns, elemental or wind, and there are the animalistic jinns, jinns in the form of black dogs, black cats, or venom insects, rodents, scorpions, and snakes. They are either cursed or born with multiple forms. The Jinn is in its Dash, please go and lay down. Jinn, it is originally singular form but can use for another type. Hin, it is originally other kind of demon but can also be treated as a type of jinn. Then you've got Silla. It is originally Arabic for hag from a Slavic and Celtic folklore and feminine origins, but also treated as a type of jinn. Kelbies, translated as Kawabis, Signglia Cambus and Cabus, also known as Hadjun, is a male and demonic sex genie. Quarrant, singular quarrant or a quarry are feminine and demonic sex jinns, which might be and might not be Salis. Quarren is class, not type, so not all of them are jinns. Classes of jinns. Boulder jinn, elements for earth, often confused with shaitans. Diver jinn, elements of water and often confused with marids. Infrit, also efrits or Ifrits, wicked or clever and strong, fiery jinn of the underworld. Murids are very rebellious jinns. Shavatine are rebellious and corrupter jinns. Tawlagite are tyrants, jinns, demons who possessing statuses. Jailan, a nightshade who inhabits graves and can change their shapes. And Quarrener, singular Garin or a Garine, either incubi or just shoulder jinn, devils or angels who follow people from both birth and death. There are many, my sweet. Many, 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 many. Other myths. In some books, such as fairies in folklore, jinns are considered a type of wish-granting fairy. This nation came to the English-speaking world by novels such as 1001 Night, Arabian Nights. The concept is different from Islamic nations of jinns. In Pakistan folklore, there is Devis and Devais are brutal and giant demons who are similar to jinns, which opposed by Peris, fairy-like behavior, benevolent beings who also are very similar to the jinn. Also in Pakistan folklore, there are palis and pasin, literally feet lickers. English poultry, pali, and type of jinn like a vampiric, dark hand vendor, so like a vampire like genie. In Japanese folklore, there is Ikirio, also known as Seirei, an elemental spirit very similar to the jinn. In other Arabic religions, Christians, fallen angels, and Jewish masking and shadum are very compatible to jinns, but they are also very different in the same time, depending on the myths, because not all jinns are demons. Even demonic jinns are are live. Jinns live in their own realm, and neither all or of them evil nor living in hell. Thank you. Whew. Additionally, they fear iron, generally appear in dissolute or abandoned places, and are stronger and faster than the humans. Since the jinns shared the earth with the humans, Muslims are often cautious not to be accidentally hurt the innocent jinn, or to undertake in distill permission before sprinkling the hot water. I've already read this bit. What is Gennite? Well, it's the opposite of anything and everything good about life. One of the ways of explaining Gennite is to think of gloom, sadness, depression, anxiety, and all of the things that are bad in life. These are some signs of jinns in your house. We all have the good and the bad in us, but when we are not operating from our highest self, we can allow anything and everything to penetrate us, and that bad becomes more pronounced. One, one should never take signs of jinns in a house lightly. If you think that something is wrong in your household or in your life or of someone else that you love, then you need to investigate in it further. Past victims of Gennite have shared their experiences. Most of their stories have some common grounds. For example, all of them feel an impending sense of doom. Table of contents. Signs of the jinn in your house. What are jinns attracted to? How to perform. We don't want to read that bit. That's just all of the bits you can go into. Signs of a jinn in your house. The majority of victims feel the presence of a foreign entity in their house. They feel as though something evil or unholy is lurking around in the corner of their home. Sudden sickness of a family member with no apparent or known cause is another thing that most people experience. What are jinns attracted to? When jinn or Gennite occupies you or your body, it can manifest itself into a variety of ways. Many of us feel depressed, sad, and no spark for life for no good reason. Often we have everything we need in life, yet we think emptiness and sadness. These can be signs of jinns in your house. That's nothing but one of how Gennett's work. You should keep in mind during performing the duo that this juror will work slowly. If you want an immediate result, you should contact Molona Jai. Don't be confused, just click to consult. Would you like to know how you can protect yourself from Janet? If the answer is yes, then you need to read on. How to perform du'i for protection from the jinn. Recite Alabara, recite Surah and Janet 6 times. Take a verse of Surah and Hausha 4 times and repeat Ya Wuda 500 times. In the memory of Allah, repeat this dua 328 times. Albaza Zimya Quran Trebai. Do this for a month. It's not a spirit that you're just going to be able to get rid of within a couple of days. This can take over a month. It can take over a week. With these energies as well, if you're going to be trying to get rid of them, if it seems like it's not working, you have to keep going at it, because if you don't, they will get stronger and they will get worse. You do really need to keep at these, because these energies can be very, very dangerous. Signs of Jinn's presence in your house. How does Genets work? These are just some of the ways how Satan can manifest itself. Janet is nothing but a manifestation of evil in the world. If you're not careful enough, it can latch itself onto you and feed off you like a parasite. These are some signs of the jinns in the house. Why talking to a Mulvai Jai is important. The repercussions of ignoring the signs can be too heavy to pay. Sometimes it can cause problems in lives of people. Signs of jinns in the house should not be taken lightly. If your family members, especially children or married people, seem attacked by a Gennite, then you need to pay even more attention. You can also read this article. Dura to remove jinns from the body. Dura Wasfia to protect family from black magic. Stay vigilant and notice all the signs. Then talk things out with the Molavai Jai. Often it's not Janet, but can seem like it. By talking to an experienced Molavai Jai, you can know for sure whether or not you have something to be concerned about. How to find a jinn. It is believed that we all have genets in us, but most of the time it is distant from us. There can be some clues of signs of jinns in the house at times when we are at our low point in our life. We tend to become vulnerable to even the littlest things in our life. That is why genets find it more comfortable to enter us and overpower us. How do you know if a jinn is in your house? One of how genets can work is its way is to think of someone's who's occupied with rage and anger. Signs of the jinn in the house are when you are angry, you will break into a rant and say hurtful things. Someone whose mind is in harmony and balance will never say something that someone's full of anger and rage will say. A right Mulivai Jai will also tell you, based on all the signs and the symptoms you share, just how difficult the situation is. Perhaps if it's a mild case of Janet, it can be fixed within a couple of easy practitionerly measures. However, if the problem has manifested itself too deep, then you might need to work on a longer term solution. You might need to be more vigilant. Again, it all depends and varies from one person to another. Symptoms of the jinn attacks. A jinn can occupy a person's body, or it can also occupy a house. These are not friendly jinns. In either way, a bunch of symptoms and signs will be familiar. One of the most common signs is repeated illness or sickness that's running in the family for no good reason. Who is the father of all jinns? Perhaps the member is falling sick. Perhaps a member is falling sick all the time. It could also be that a family suddenly meet with some crisis. Pray every day, no matter whether you suspect signs of jinn or evil in the house or not. It is always in the best interest of everyone in your family if you pray at least 5 times a day. By doing so, you will be able to handle even the toughest of crises with the utmost ease. Symptoms of the jinn in the house. There's nothing quite like a magic or connecting with Tala, and heeding his advice. When you join with the Almighty, all the solutions will appear in front of your eyes, and you will know what you need to do without any second thoughts. Signs of the Jinni house could also be that one of the members has suddenly lost his or her job. At times, some of the projects can seem to come to fruition. For instance, perhaps someone in your family is trying to get married, or maybe you are trying to embark on a business project. Another sign of a Genial house is if the Gennite has occupied you or your family, none of those projects will be able to get started or come to function while with flying colours. That is why it is mega important to be on the lookout for any signs that signal the presence of demonents or Gennite in your life. These are some basic signs of jinns. Upon sensing any of the characters, you should take all the corrective measures. Yes, it is absolutely and possible to get rid of a Gennite for good, but for that you need to follow all precautions and follow all rules of Islamic wasifis and dua mysteriously, and it will come to you naturally. Is it possible to get rid of a Gennite permanently? Yes, often people give up on this practice only a couple of days into it. Signs of a jinn in your house should be a concern. If you are not ready to preserve through thick and thin, then you might not be able to get rid of the Gennite ever. What are the different types of Gennites? Done that one. That is why you need to have patience and have faith that even if it takes a week or more, you will surely get rid of the Gennite, because there's a lot at stake. The safety and the well-being of your family and everyone that comes into contact with you, including yourself, is at stake. Therefore, you cannot take these things lightly. It would help if you had faith. It is only a matter of time before you can see that the signs of the Jinnit has positively started to disappear from your life and your household. Is Islamic Dua and Wasfa effective in ridding jinns? A lot of our Islamic brothers are incredibly doubtful about whether or not this practice will be useful. The thing is, if you do all these things as stated by the Mavijai based on your situation, then there is no reason why your Islamic Dua should not work. Countless people have tried these duas and several more and have found it to be of immense help. Besides, when you do something with complete and utter faith, it is to bound to come to the realization. Who can perform Islamic ways? Any member of family that is going through a hard time due to the presence of Jennit can proceed these Islamic ways, rid of jinns and their harmful effects. There is no age limit either. Even women also can perform these ways. Additional tips. In addition to implementing the Islamic ways of getting rid of a Jennit, there are a bunch of precautions that you can follow. For one thing, you need to stay careful and aware of any signs and symptoms that start to occur in your life or your household. What are the Jinnit's house signs? Make sure to check on the health and the well-being of your family members. See if they are going through some weird or unexpected change in life. Signs of the jinn in your body. Also stay on the lookout for any signs of possible improvement. Most important of all, upon sensing any singles of Janet, make sure to take all relevant actions. Talking to a good Mullavi is often the best solution because they know better than anyone what needs to do in the situation like this. Which prophet controlled the jinn? You can contact our Mullavi Jai about this concern. These are some of the signs of the jinns that in your house that we have discussed. Speaking of talking to the right Mullavi Jai, please know that we are always at your disposal. You can reach out to us by clicking or even on a WhatsApp, and it will be redirected to you. There you can consult right away and start talking with a Mullavi Jai within instincts who will listen to the nature of your problem and give you the best possible solution. So they are very, very dangerous energies, especially if ones that come in your home and ones that possess you are not of good nature. Okay, and even the good ones you need to be very cautious of because they can change in character as well. So signs that they're in your house would be change in behavior of you or people in your family, things not going right, projects and ideas not going right, illnesses coming out of nowhere, sadness, doom, illness, a lot like having a demonic possession, but even more intense. Okay, when they take over your body, they can make you do many different things as well. They can make you act in how they want you to act. They can manipulate you. They can make you change. You know, if you know a person's characteristic and how they would normally be, you would be able to tell when somebody changes. As they said, keeping a regular eye on your family if these sort of things are happening, looking out for the signs like doom, sadness, feeling an unholy or negative energy that feels foreign, you know, all of these sort of things. And a Jannavite is the person that you would, a Mullavi is the person that you would go and speak to. That is an Islamic priest that would perform the exorcisms and the rituals to get rid of the jinns. Obviously, other faiths and other religions would probably be able to do it as well, but they would have to go by some of the prophets of the Islamic way as well. So that's why it is most definitely important for you to go to an Islamic faithed priest or something to get the help, because they're the ones that would most know what to do in these situations with these sort of creatures. As it said, they can take human or animal form. They can be good, they can be bad, you know. Again, like a demonic, anything that they give over to you, even being good, is not for nothing. Okay, if you overstep the power, if you disrespect them, then that jinn can turn on you and become the opposite. Okay, they are an energy that you most definitely have to keep a very close eye on. I wouldn't suggest that you guys try finding a jinn and trying to become friends with it, because they're very unpredictable, and especially if you don't really know about them very much either, because you could overstep their rules and, you know, their way. So you do need to be very careful. And they don't just possess the Islamic faith, they can possess anybody. Okay, so that is the information that I got on them. I'm just going to do this a minute because I do want to show you the pictures of different pictures of them, but I'm going to need to put it into my Facebook. Hang on, because you can't bring it up that way, which is really annoying. 1. Excuse me, that's my phone going off, guys. I will show you a couple of the pictures of what they are meant to look like, some of them, so that you kind of get an inkling of what they're like. I should have done this before, but I was going to do that when the other person was here doing their stuff. But sadly, I've had to do this on... I think I've done pretty well though, because I'm feeling really, really crappy today, guys. I'm really not feeling very well. I've been in bed quite a lot for the last couple of days. I've not really been doing anything. I'm sore and I'm in pain, but I am here, and I hope that you have enjoyed this show so far. We will just have a little chat. I won't come straight off from you yet. We will talk for a little bit. I hope that you have found this interesting. Anybody that come in a little bit late and hasn't got to see the beginning, please go back over the video, because everything I have wrote to you has been and spoke to you about has been very interesting. As I said, some of the words were really, really hard to say, so I will be posting them into my Facebook page so that you guys can look at it yourselves. So if I get going, right, so bring that up like that. Hang on. Oh, I need to take share screen. Go into there. Woo. Excuse me, guys. So as you can, right, you don't want to see. Can you still see that, guys, or have I just took you off? Right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it closer so you can see. Ooh. Okay. So you've got one. This looks very demonic looking, doesn't it? This one. It's on top of somebody's chest. I don't know if you can see this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you can. Okay. So you've got the first one, which is... let me see if I can bring it up closer so that it's not... No, I can't. So this is the first one. So as I said, this looks quite demonic looking and stuff. So you can see this one. Then you've got the more human looking one, but obviously he doesn't look very human. He's got glowing eyes, very muscular, very, 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 very evil looking, in my opinion. Then you've got one that looks more human-fied, okay, and he's flying in the sky and he's got people in his hands. This kind of just shows, you know, the way that genies have control over you. Then you've got the one that looks a bit like Aladdin's genie, but a bit different here. I will put these pictures up. And then you've got a very strange one with the quill, which is a little saying that they say when they come into contact with the jinns and stuff like that. So I will put all of this up so that you guys can have a look and you know, get to understand it a little bit more. So let me just go back over to here, take this off. They are very, very demonic looking. They are. And very, very negative and very evil. Obviously, like I said, you can have both. You can have good and you can have bad. But it does. It does. Yeah, you can have like dark shadow type, green, blue. I think they can be any color, to be honest, guys. You know what I mean? It's whatever they choose to be. Like they can shape shift, they can change form, they can choose to look and be how they want to be. So I'm guessing they can look however they please and however they want. They can, as I said, manifest into animals. They can manifest into human like insects, all sorts of things. Really, really, really interesting spirit to talk about. They are very, very interesting. As I said, I don't really know very much about them, to be honest. I just know little basic bits about them, which is what I said to you at the beginning. A lot of it was I am guessing that yes, Maggie, they probably would be able to show up in a mirror. Like they're meant to take a human form and they're supposed to be able to be seen quite easily. They can be vigilant so that you can see them, or they can make themselves invisible and they can change into any form that they want. So I'm presuming that yeah, maybe they can, not so much that you see the reflection of them, but maybe they can see themselves in reflection in light and in dark. Yeah, you'd be able to see them if they want you to see them. Do you know, sis, if Jinns the version of the sky skinwalker? Very possible. There are many different types. You've got the succubus, incubus, Jinn. You've got all sorts. So I'm presuming that maybe yes, they probably do take a lot of the forms of the different spirits that we know of. As I've said, they are very different. They can be what they want and choose to be what they want. So I don't see why not. They are of a magic faith. They come from a magic faith and a magic realm. So I don't see why they wouldn't be classed as some sort of skinwalker. But they just have their own name and their own trade. They are known as Jinns or Genies or Gennettes. Obviously, they've got their own way. Yeah, that's fine, sis. That'd be really good. You know, I could have really done with somebody being up with me today because I was literally, I was not in a good place. Literally, I was having an anxiety attack. That's why I had to turn the camera off and stuff like that. But yes, they are an energy that very much are around humans and very much would be able to read your fears and what you don't like. So yes, they would come to you in different forms and stuff. You know, like I said, there's good and bad, but even with the good Jinns, you know, you need to be careful and not overstep the line with them because they can change nature and become quite unpleasant. So exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's good and bad in everything, and they are classed as up in that domain with the demons and the angels and stuff like that. They are, they're a being with magical power and stuff like that. Even if it's good or bad, you know, no different to a fallen angel and a white angel. No different to, you know, a good spirit and a bad spirit. It's no different. Thank you, Angel. That means a lot. It means a lot. Jinns are very well known to follow you. They are meant to follow you around. Apparently, we've all got jinns that are connected to us. We all have jinns within us, but some of them choose to stay away and don't step in unless they have to. It's more known, as I said, in the Islamic faith, but they are meant to follow us around. They are meant to know what we do and, you know, our weaknesses and our strengths and things like that. You know, they're no different to a spirit, really. They can be very, very bad. Very, very bad. I think even in some cases they have caused death. And, you know, like when you get possessed by a demonic spirit, it's really bad. Being possessed by a jinn is even worse. Okay. I wouldn't want to be possessed by any of them, but I would rather be possessed by a demonic spirit than a jinn. Put it that way. Because they are very good at manipulating people and you not knowing that it's them. If you get, they're very good at that. I hope that you're not still having that problem, Maggie. And if you are, maybe see if anyone can help you. I know that my pups knows a bit about jinns now. I don't think it will be a jinn unless you've been reading stuff and that. It's very rare for them to come across to you. That they're there, but it's very rare that you come into contact with them unless they really need you to. They are around, believe me. So I hope that the information that I gave to you, and I hope that what I shared with you was interesting. Yes, everybody was saying that. Citizen Z said it in the room the other day. You and Drew should do some shows together. You guys are fantastic together. And I do agree with that. I do think that me and Drew should do some stuff together. No, I've just explained how you would do it if it's a jinn, sweetheart. Sage isn't just going to help, darling. Yes, Sage will keep you protected. You need to go to a Molavi, which is an Islamic priest. And it's completely different to how you get rid of a demonic spirit. It's completely different. You would need to read in Islamic word. It's completely different. You can sage and things to keep yourself protected, but they're not really them sort of energies that are known to be able to be fully taken away with sage and things like that. You need to do the Islamic prayer and that. So you would need to contact someone. The likelihood of it being a jinn is very unlikely, Maggie. If it's demonic, then yes, sage and them sort of things is fine. Sage, sandalwood, prayer, black salt, white salt, all them sort of things. It does, sis, it does. And I love thinking and Maggie and everybody. Yes, they can manipulate and they can make themselves sound like their family. Sometimes they can do forms, like it said, they can shapeshift, they can change into any form that they want. So yes, they would, citizen, they more than likely would be able to make themselves look like a family member and things like that. Yes, salt and iron helps. As I said, if you read back on that, salt and iron and all them sort of things will help, but you won't get rid of it. You need to have a Islamic priest come into your house. You can put it under control and get it to so much level, but you would need an Islamic priest, or you'd need somebody that is a shaman or something like that. You know, somebody that is of a Middle East or a Western faith, Asian or Indian related sort of thing. So you would never fully be able to get rid of it yourself. You would need somebody of that faith to do that, them faiths to do that. But the iron and them sort of things would keep it under control and stop you from being affected as much. So iron, they did say to burn sage and stuff, but that is just particularly to protect you and your family. That's not going to get rid of the jinns. Iron will, but you would need to have somebody come in and do it for you. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't think the likelihood of it being a jinn is very, very unlikely. You could have some other sort of negative energy or an angry spirit or something like that. Just seek some advice, sweetheart. You know, jinns are more known in Islamic faiths. Yeah, well, seek some help, Maggie. But as I said, the likelihood of it being a jinn is very unlikely. But if you want to try some of the techniques that I've said, you can. But you know, if it turns out to be a jinn, then you're going to need to get a Molavai priest in, or a shaman or someone. People that are naturally based to nature and stuff, because a lot of genies are jinns, genies, because they are genies. Jinns, genies, they are nature based. They are element based, a lot of them as well. So that's why shamans and that, you know, of Western or Eastern religion, you know, like an Asian or Indian sort of religion, Native American Indian, you know, these sort of things. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing with a Ouija board. So many people play with them and don't realize how to use them and how to shut them down. Then they wonder why things start kicking off and stuff. You know, for me personally, I wouldn't mess with an Ouija board. I know how to use them, but I wouldn't. And I don't suggest that anyone uses them if you don't understand them and know how to do them properly. They can be very dangerous. And like anything, you know, any energy can be brought through a Ouija board, even a jinn, I'm guessing. So, whew. So now I can just sit and chill for a couple of minutes. I'm going to have a cigarette, guys. I need a cigarette to calm my nerves down. I hope that you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope I didn't sound too stupid. Literally, some of those words were really hard to say because they're not my language and stuff like that. I think I read them pretty well, but as I said, I will put the stuff up in my chats so that you guys can read it for yourselves. Yeah, and there's a reason why they could block it more than likely, sis, because it's not for you and probably wouldn't end good if it was you either. So it's probably good that you can't. I think that was quite an interesting topic. And even though, you know, I was on my own, it has actually lasted for quite a while. I've been on for an hour and nearly 20 minutes. So, you know, it went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, because I thought it was going to be really quick. But yeah, and I wanted to talk about jinns because they're an energy and a spirit that's not very well known and not very well heard of. You know, people know that they're around, but that they don't really know what they are or what they're based on or where they come from and what they like, what they don't like. So that's why I wanted to do that today, so that you guys could get a little bit more understanding. I'm sure that, and I know that there is so much more information about them out there. So I maybe will do a part 2 on jinns and find some more information, more of a history and stuff about them as well, and maybe try and find some stories from people that have actually been possessed by a jinn or had the presence of a jinn and how they got help. You know, I think that would be really good to do a part 2. Thank you, Lou. It's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind you talking away. I'm the same. Once I start talking about things, I can't shut up. It's like, blah, 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 blah. When it's things you love, you know what I mean, and things that you find passionate and find interesting, you can't help it. Thank you, Michelle, my sis. You're perfect, my sweet sis. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I should just do a part 2 where we just talk about, you know, their history, more about the faith that they come from. And like I said, you know, a little bit of information from maybe, you know, fellow people that have had runs in with jinns or genies, or been possessed, or had problems in their family. I think it'd be really good to understand the significance of what these beings can do, because they're not very well known in the paranormal field. That they're obviously acknowledged. We know they're there, but it's good to have a bit of understanding and information like that, because then if you did ever come into play with one, you kind of know some of the things to do. But that's what I'm going to do, look along them sort of lines, the history, and look into the ways to just get rid of it, like different signs and things. I know, Sam, but I've just done that. I know my work. I know what I'm doing. I've just told them all of the different names of jinns and all of the things that they do and what they can do to you. They can be good and bad, but you would not even to overstep with the good ones either. I've said about how powerful and dangerous and strong they are. They are magically based, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, some are of the light and some are of the dark, but even the ones that are in the light, you need to be suspicious of, because they don't stay that way. You can completely change the way that they feel if you overstep their mark, their power. That is a fact. You're not the master of talking too much at all, Samuel. You're very good at what you do. But anybody that's coming in late and hasn't got to see the stream, just go back over it and watch it. And you know, this stream was more talking about what they are, the different types of genies and jinns that have come along, what they do, how you can kind of get rid of them, just a basic thing on things that you can do. Oh, good, Sam. I know that's coming up soon, isn't it? That's going to be awesome. And Sam's going to be up next week doing his show again, I think. Yeah, unless he's away. No, he won't be away yet. So yeah, he's going to have his show next week. That's why I consider you a genius. Oh, Samuel. I am not a genius. I'm just me, I guess. Everybody on here is absolutely amazing. We're all very educated and special, and we're all very good at different things. But, you know, it's really nice when you get the compliments like that. It makes you feel a bit flattered, you know what I mean? It makes you feel like you're doing your work properly and good. And today I come on feeling really, really unwell. I was having an anxiety attack. I had to turn the camera and everything off. I was shaking. I just was not feeling good at all. And I needed to take like a couple of minutes, breathe. Aura was literally patting my back. Timber coming. He's big. He come in and he's like, once he got here and Aura was here, I felt a lot better. I felt a bit more comfortable. Blessings, love and light to you as well, Maggie. I know, but I respect all of you as well. You all work just as hard as I do, and you guys inspire me just as much as I inspire you. You know, so we're all amazing. But thank you, Samuel, and that does mean a lot. It does. It's hard to not respect you. I'm just a good person. I just like to be there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. My red wolf was here as well. She came with him because she's been over at the Grove today trying to get me some energy, and she come back with him. So my red wolf was here as well. So I had both of them here, and then Aura was just trying to calm me down and trying to take my mind away from what was going on. This live stream is full of geniuses. We are very fortunate. Oh, Maggie, there is. I agree. There are many, many, many amazing people in this room, including yourself. You're all amazing and a good leader. I try to be. I know that I've not properly opened the company back up yet, but I've been unwell and I've been trying to do everything, and then the shows, you know, everything's just been up, down, and all around sort of thing. They did. They come together, brother and sister. Timber come in and just done this sort of howl thing at me. He's like, oh, I was like, okay, yeah, you got my attention. Red Wolf was just kind of just looking at me like. Thank you, Sunshine Dragon, and it's really, really good to have you in, and welcome to the family. We hope that you are well, and we are very pleased to have you here. We do this every Sunday, and we have shows on a Friday as well. So, you know, if you want to come and watch, we do lots of different topics and stuff. I know that next week we are talking about how spirits travel between heaven and hell. That is our next topic, I believe. Let me have a look. And we've done quite a few shows. So if you want to go back and have a look at what we've done, there's been quite a few. Let me just make sure, because I don't want to be giving you the wrong. So the first show that we done was on angels. Then we done a show on the facts and info about souls of heaven and hell. So we spoke about souls of heaven and hell. Then we spoke about paranormal equipment, ultraviolet, night vision, and infrared. We've just done a discussion on jinns today, and then next week is how spirits travel between heaven and hell. Then the following week, which will be for Halloween, we will be talking about different demons, demonic spirits. If anybody else wants to be involved in them shows, please let me know and get some information together so that you've got stuff to present. And I do normally say get the word thing and put it all onto there, even if you're typing your own work out and you put your own little bits of research on it, put it all on a word sheet and send it over to me through my email, because I put that all into my division on Facebook so that people can read it up. So yeah, we've done jinns today. So next week is talking about how spirits travel between heaven and hell. Yes, well, we've got this one because we've got Paranormal World Investigators and we've got the Paranormal World Investigators Research Division 1. So I've got two channels and there's interesting stuff on both. So yeah, next week is that, how spirits travel between heaven and hell. As I said, Halloween is different demons. On the 7th of November, we talk about portals, doorways, and dimensions and how humans can be that way as well. On the 14th of November, we talk about different spiritual practices such as exorcisms, crossing spirits and how they work, and methods to use. Then on the 21st of November, we are talks on spiritual realms. So we'll be talking about different realms in the spiritual way. Then on the 28th, we will talk about spiritual tools. So tools and stuff that we can use and why they're used. Then we have got the 5th of December, which we will be talking about dreams and sleep paralysis and how that connects to how that can connect to paranormal. Then in January, we've got 2 shows on the 9th and the 16th. The 9th show is different spiritual abilities. So we'll be talking about abilities. And on the 16th of January, which is my birthday, we will be talking about how spiritual energy attaches to items and to ourselves and how energies can become negative. So we've got some really, really, really good shows coming up. That's okay. You was on a potty break. That's awesome. It's been a really good show. It actually went better than I thought it was going to because I was really, really nervous at the beginning. And it actually, like, once I started get going and I felt a lot better. Yes, lots of different show topics. So I like to make sure that I get you guys educated as much as possible, especially when you're all out in that field and doing what you're doing. Most definitely. I like to make sure you guys are educated the best that I can. I don't pretend to know everything, but I will research and study in everything that I can to the best that I can so that you guys can know. Jinns were one of the things that I'm not so educated on. I know little bits about them, but not loads because they're not really well known. So it was really good to do that. I don't think I'm on the right thing. It's on the wrong. Hang on a minute, guys. I think I'm on the wrong bit. Hang on. Switch account. We're on. Yeah. We need to go on to that one to do that. We're on the wrong bit to be able to write in the PayPal thing. Hang on. You can donate if you want to, guys, but really, 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 you don't have to if you don't want to. That's not what it's about on here. I just like to be here and educate you and that, guys. But everything helps. And I do appreciate the love and all that you're doing and how you're there. Oh, it's done it. Good, 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 good. Somebody else put PayPal in there. There you go. Oh, yeah. She's got every reason to be flushed with pride. She's amazing, Drew is. Definitely one of my sisters. Most definitely. And a big hello to both of the chats, guys. I hope that you're all well and you're both doing really well. Yeah, they can, but they are also known, if you read, because it's in the paragraph, I'll put it, they can be, that's what I did say that as well. They are summoned through black magic and that they can be cursed, but there are the good side jinns as well. So they're not all through that. It's all through Islamic faith, yeah, and through magic. That is how they come to light. But if you're doing something bad, or you're in a really negative and bad place, and you've got some sort of spiritual connection, then they can link to you. If you do magic, if you're a witch, if you're anything like that, then they can connect to you because of your energy and power that you give off. But you are right, citizen. That as well. They most definitely do come through black magic and curses. That's one of the most known way for them to come along. That's why I like doing this as well, because I was on a stream with my pups where there was this house and there was somebody that had a Jinn in it, and we had to do some ritual stuff, and we had to use a mirror to remove him. So yes, we have been in communication with a Jinn before. That was a long time ago, but that was the only experience I've ever had with a Jinn. It's very rare to come across them. It was my pups that done most of that work, though. I was kind of just there doing my prayers that we know and doing the shaman side of it. So yeah, I've had one encounter, but it was my pups that was sorting it out. Hello, Abe. How are you, sweetheart? And that's okay, no problem. That bridge over troubled waters could not resist. Yep, most definitely. I will admit to you, I don't get scared by many spirits, but that one, yeah, I was, because it's something that I don't know very much about. So I was very weary and quite scared, but having my pups there, it really helped, and he was the one sorting it out. So I was I felt okay, because I know that he knows his stuff and he knows what to do and that. So, but yeah, I'm not really somebody that gets feared by spirits, good or bad, but the Jinns, yeah, not so much scared now, but still very conscious of them, because not a lot's known about them and stuff like that. I don't know. I just remember there being, I think we was on a stream of his or something, and somebody had said something about it, and he said that it looked like, it sounded like, and it looked like there was a Jinn there. So he'd done some stuff, and I'd done some prayer stuff and whatever to help. But I think we gave them advice saying that they needed to seek someone to come out and do it, because obviously we could only do so much to protect them, but they needed to actually have somebody physically come in and get rid of it, because with Jinns, you can't sit online and you can't just do things and not be in the place. You do need to be there to get rid of it. I know my pups has had some runs in with lots of different spirits. He's very good at what he does. That's why I'm glad that he learns and teaches me and others. Yeah, Sunshine Dragon is absolutely amazing. And I love dragons. I do love dragons. Being a witch, dragons are something that we very closely work with, their energies and stuff like that. It's something that I'm learning into anyway, definitely. He's the most biggest inspiration on YouTube. There is nobody like my pups. Nobody like my pups at all. You're all amazing. You're all different, and you're all amazing in your own ways. But he is just a truly amazing man. He is, and most definitely a good person to learn from. Dragon is your Chinese sign. Well, you've got an awesome Chinese sign then. Dragons are absolutely amazing. We love our pups. I do send you all lots of love, light and blessings though, guys, and I hope that you have enjoyed the stream, and I hope that you've been inspired. It's been a really, really good show. Really, really good show. Bit shaky at the beginning, but then we went with the flow. Yeah, witches. My Drew is in the room as well. Drew is also a witch. I feel rather proud of myself talking about a topic that I didn't know so much about. And like you said, Drew, you know, you say that I'm a natural. I think, yeah, in a way I am. But, you know, I think I could, in some ways, I think I could be better. I do think I could be a lot better. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Oh, they do. They do. Yeah. Good night, Lou, darling. Thank you for coming in, brother. It's been awesome having you in here. Love and light to you and your family. Be safe. And thank you for coming in. And blessed be. Yes, robots are also cool. They are. And he's been good today. He's not been so nasty today, kicking everybody out of the room. So that's good. He's doing a lot better today. You know, you being a new person in here as well, Sunshine Dragon, these guys in here are absolutely awesome. So please go check their channels out as well. You'll get some really good stuff off their channels. They all do like different things, paranormal, gaming, all sorts of things. They're absolutely amazing. And these are my regulars. Yes, he's been good today. To be honest, it's not his fault. You know, you have to set him to that level. And where I've had so much trouble and stuff and people being really negative, he kind of has to do what he has to do. Thank you. You know, you've come to a good community here. We'll look after you, educate you, learn you. Oh, thank you, citizen. And that means a lot because I have took a lot of crap. And at one point I was really, really breaking apart. And through going away, having my break and stuff and coming back, I've become a lot stronger through opening my company in research and investigations to public and doing what I love. I've become a lot stronger and I feel so much more confident as well. And, you know, I've learned to not be bothered about what those sort of people think anymore. And my pups was a big influence on me in that. He helped me through a lot of that. He got me away from that negative side that I was going through, along with you guys and your support and love and being there as well helped. You know, that's why I say that, you know, there is not another community here that is as good. The community that comes in here goes in Drew's, goes in my pubs, Danny's, you know, Luna's. We're all just one massive big family, and there is no other community on YouTube like ours. Most definitely not. They are 100% genuine and just absolutely amazing, and we love our community, our family, we call them. It is. That does help, being busy and stuff like that. It is, and it's really nice to have new faces coming in and stuff, because I'm quite a big channel already in that, and I'm always so happy to see new supporters and stuff like that. Always. Yes, we do. We've got the best community, Drew, as you know. There is no other YouTube community like it. Don't get me wrong, there's been issues and problems in the past, but we get through it together. It is thinking, it is. Exactly, Maggie. That is what our fam's about. Loyalty and love. Oh, yes, we do. We do a lot. Big hugs. Big hugs. And big pats on the back. You guys are awesome. And some of you guys are bringing some amazing content and stuff out. I've been watching bits on and off. They're angels in here. I call them all my angels. They are absolutely amazing. Yes. Yep. We've known each other a long time now, Z. Most definitely. Been quite a few years. I've nearly been on YouTube 7 years now. Nearly. Absolutely awesome and magical. I could not agree more, Maggie. I could not agree more. There are many spiritual and amazing beings in. Yes. I do card readings. Drew does card readings. Me and Drew are going to be doing our own show at some point, where we're going to be opening our Witches Coven, which is for anybody that's got spiritual abilities, anybody that's in any sort of spiritual faith. So, you know, shaman, witch, druid, wizard, whatever. It's going to be for everybody, and those that have got abilities, you know, like mystics, mediums, physics. Everybody is welcome. We definitely need to do some shows together, Drew, because everybody's been saying about that we work really good together. We do some amazing stuff together. People love when we work together. I would like to get some of you guys to come up with on some of my shows as well. Maybe you could get some information in and come up and do stuff as well with us. In this community, it's not just about ourselves. It's about, you know, giving other people opportunities to be part of it as well. Yep. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm starting a course that's going to be on Wednesday, and our first course is going to be like for a couple of sessions, and that is on spiritual abilities, how to use them, how to open them, how to find your abilities, how to protect yourself, all sorts of things, like just learning you how to establish what you are, because everybody's spiritual. Everybody's got the ability to connect with the spirit world. It's just you got to open your mind and your body to it. And people like me and Drew and others are here to do that and help. Ooh, I love that juice. Clouded pure apple juice. Oh, so nice. Yeah, it is for a charge. It's £5 or £7.18 USA money, but you get to come in, and we'll do different topics each week. You have to pay for each class and session though, so it'll be £5 per week, and we do your training, and I'm making up some little certificate things. So at the end of each one, you've got a little certificate that says that you've done research and study into it, and then if you want to take it further in going and training yourself and going to people that train you further, you can, but you've had that help and that start off to get you going. But the hosting would come from my side. It'd be me hosting it, but I would bring them guys up. I do think that we do need to do a show where we bring up some of the well-known names and people that are really enjoyed. It'd be really, really good. I think we do need to do that. I'm thinking maybe we could do a Christmas stream where all of us come together and we just talk, and we talk about theories and our points of views on things. Bring up like a few people. You know what I mean? Have a few, like have the guys that you've mentioned, Maggie, but bring a few others like Citizen and people up, you know, and have us all together. I reckon that should be a Christmas show. What do you think? I say a Christmas show because we've got a lot of shows coming up previous to that, so just talking about different paranormal and supernatural experiences, anything paranormal, UFOs. We could bring quite a few, a Q&A thing. Yeah, Q&A. That would be absolutely awesome. Like where we talk about different things, have a lot of us come up and we give our opinions on what we want, because everybody works differently, everybody is different, everybody does things differently. So it'd be really good to get different people's point of views. I'm on the Centre of Excellence and I'm on Paranormal Academy, and I am researching in investigations. I'm doing a demonology course and I'm also doing a witch course as well. So along with all of this sort of stuff, I'm really, really busy, guys. Literally. I'm doing the normal side of investigations and I'm doing the scientific side of it as well. So I'm kind of doing a bit of everything. And that is awesome, Citizen, that you're doing that. It does, doesn't it? And I've not actually come up for a long time, Z, so it'd be really good to have you up there. Because Z's another one that's really good at what he does. So I think like all of the guys that have been mentioned in, you know, Citizen Z and a few others, we could get a few people up. Yes, all over the world. And they're all absolutely amazing. No disrespect, Maggie. Like, they're the people that you're used to. Some of the people you've not got to see on the shows yet, but we used to do it in the past. So it'd be nice to bring all of that up. Scotland in the stream. Yes, my sis is Scottish. It'd be absolutely amazing. And so citizens in Scotland as well. Then you've got our lovely Maggie and Finkin. They're in America. I'm in England, UK. As you can probably tell by my accent. Soon to become American. I will. I just think it'd be really good to just do that and have everybody. Oh, Drew, I'll still be on your shows and be there, and I'll still be coming back to England at certain times and stuff like that. So I will most definitely, when I'm back, like sort out coming to different places and stuff. It ain't for a while yet, so do not worry. Stop panicking. I'm never ever going to stop loving you lot. Never ever going to stop loving you lot, and you lot will never stop being my family, and you most definitely will never stop being my sister. That does not change, no matter where I am in the world. Believe me. That's why we've got such things as beautiful laptops and everything else. Hello, Holly Prescott. How are you? There is. Yes, we do. Do you know what? That would be awesome if I could stick you and Drew into my suitcase. I'd love that. I would love that. And I've got some really good lineups when I come over to America. If you watched my show a couple of weeks ago, had this amazing lady on called Pamela. She is a renowned in paranormal and ufology, and she most definitely wants to meet up with me and go out on investigating. So I think that's going to be absolutely awesome, along with a lot of other people in America that want to join up and things as well. So it's going to be really good. Yes, you are in Georgia. Grow peaches. Oh, I love peaches. They're so nice. Yes, a big welcome to Holly. It will be like you're there. Yep. Not going yet. Got a while yet. Anybody else live today? Excuse me. Anybody else got any shows today or not? Do you know what I'm going to do this week, guys? Because I've got to. Okay. If the show don't go well on Wednesday, my education, the training show, then I will change that to a musical stream where I'll play my drum and stuff, and I'll sing, and we'll do an uplifting stream if it doesn't hit off next week. If not, and that does go well, one day next week, this week coming, I am going to be doing a spiritual stream where we can do music and we dance, because I do all of that as well. I do an uplifting stream quite regularly. I've not done that for a few weeks though, so we'll be getting my drum out and we'll be putting some music on, and yeah, you could come up with me. That'd be awesome. I know that my sister's meant to be up with me on that day as well, Christine, so that'd be really good if you come up. Be all three of us. More help the better. Most definitely. I've got some very interesting books and stuff that helps you to open fully and stuff like that, and talking directly from things that I've done myself as well. I know that you're spiritual as well, Drew, so you'd be really good to be up. It'd be really good. So you don't want to miss that. That'll be on Wednesday, but that is £5, guys. So if you're wanting to be part of that, you're going to need to donate that to my PayPal. That's £5 or £7.18 for the USA, which makes £5 UK. That's okay. It's fine to be fuzzy. I'm a little bit fuzzy, to be honest. She is. She's absolutely amazing. She was meant to be up with me today, but she's not come on, so she might have had stuff to do. And I know that her kids as well. So, and I wasn't 100% guaranteeing that she was going to be on anyway. So, and you know, it went well. We've done really well. So, what I'm going to do, guys, and I hate having to do this. I don't like leaving you guys, but I'm going to come off of here. If you want to talk to me on Facebook, guys, you can. Anyone that's new that hasn't got me on Facebook, please add me. It's Sherry B. Brett. So Sherry, SHERRY, then a B for boy, then B for Brett. So BRETT, Sherry Brett, Sherry B. Brett. Come and, come and add me. But say your YouTube channel so I know it's you. She has just got married, bless her, and I'm really, really happy for her. But she's absolutely amazing. Scotland is absolutely stunning, same as Ireland. England's beautiful. It is. Okay, well, I'm going to actually love and leave all of you now, my angels. I've done my show. I've been on for probably just coming up for 2 hours now, or just over yet. Just over 2 hours. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for joining me today and for supporting me. And I hope that you enjoyed the discussion on Jinns. And I hope that it's helped you to be a little bit more educated on what they are. And I hope to see you on our show on Wednesday. Again, as I said, for a small price, that is. We've got other shows coming up, interviews and stuff like that. So that's going to be really awesome as well. Run down the thing first. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that for. Don't be like that. Just get on with it. Share. Thank you. So lots of love and light, angels. Thank you so much for coming in. We love you lots. We hope that you enjoyed the stream. Remember that you are loved and you're special because I say so. And remember that when you go to sleep, those spirits creep and they're always around you. And to stay spooky. And I will see you real soon. And thank you for coming in, angels. Love you all. Love, light and blessings. And I will see you very, very soon. So from me and from my company, a good night, a merry parting, and blessed be. And love you all. Hello, and welcome to Paranormal World Investigators Research Division, shortened PWIRD. I am a practicing white witch and shaman, and I have been investigating for over 20 years. This channel is made to talk about all things paranormal, supernatural, of the occult, demonic information, UFOs, and much more of the strange and the unknown. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to see more of this channel. And we will see you very soon. Thank you. Night, night, guys.